Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Starsector 0.7a. It's the second video in the series of basically us starting from scratch and exploring some new things. Last time we looked around the system. I showed you some basic information about here. I learned as well as you did about the new sensor stuff, and we're going to try out transponder and going dark and things of that nature. We're currently in Corvus. And we could move around. We can see what is available for us missions-wise. We haven't got any missions. Any bounties we want to pick up? Not as much. We're technically smugglers, so I'm going to look at prices. What prices have we got here? Corvus. I wish I could neuter this by Corvus as well. So Corvus, what's cheap? Ore is stupid cheap at Barad B. Where can we sell ore, however? Is anywhere looking for ore at the moment? They had red outline, it's because they're demanding it. There's no demand for ore, and the only excess of anything, which is a green outline, is the ore there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into Corvus for a couple of reasons, and then see about Barad. Okay, before I go back, I remember I was talking about last time about jump points. In a system, there's always a jump point for the star and a jump point on the fringe. The fringe is far away from everything and anyone can use it. The star is technically a jump point, but you can't use it with a small fleet. Yep. Some mods have it set up so you can only use it if you have a particular skill level, but I think in vanilla you can only use it if you have a big fleet. Right, according to information received in the previous comments, these arcs I have are the vision, that's the detection range of that convoy. So if I stay here, that convoy can't see me. There's the raiders over there, there's a convoy over there. Are they chasing the convoy? Okay. Before we jump back in, you can see that as I'm flying in hyperspace, I'm consuming fuel, so just pottering around here is a waste of fuel. But I'm going to see if they catch up to that, which they should do because he's burning at speed 9, they're burning at speed 8. So I want to see if I can join in that fight, because that's technically possible. So, boom, they're in combat. I'm going to jump in and see if I can help them out. Possibility there. Engaged in battle, engaged in battle. Can we help them out? You encountered an ongoing battle. Neither side trusts you enough to share their IFF codes, but it's likely to change if you come back with your transponder turned on. Fine. Let's turn on our transponder. Then hopefully we can join the battle. Independent forces transmit their IFF codes, which allow you to join the battle on their side if you decide to do so. Yes, let's go in and help out the merchants. So we have our forces are there. Can I give them orders? That's interesting. I'm not sure if I can give them orders. But we're here in a... The independent forces are pursuing the retreating Lydic Path forces. This is new, by the way. Take command of the action. If you have multiple ships, you can tell your second in command to handle it, but not required here at the moment. You can select which ships you can deploy at the beginning of each battle. Deploying ships reduces combat readiness by a fixed amount. Yep. So this is currently our ally. We can't deploy him because he's already in combat. So we're going to deploy from the right-hand side and try to basically catch. Because when you're attacking someone who's retreating, let's try to make this clear. When you're deploying against an enemy who is retreating, small ships, fighters and frigates, can deploy either from the back over here or from the left and right. So you can make, if you have, I'm pointing at the screen. So if you have your main ships coming in here, the enemy will be over here, and you can have ships coming in from the left and from the right to basically collapse on them if it's all possible. The deployment cost of this ship will cost us 3 supplies. We'll deploy now. We're over here. That guy's over there. We're looking for the remaining Lydic Path ship. Let's see if you can find it. Where is it going? Let's move over this way. Let's move up this direction. Whatever's happening is going that way. Keep flying. Hopefully at some point we'll find it. We can capture areas like this. Like a nav buoy will increase our speed. So your nav buoy alpha. If you capture it, you get 1 command points. You get plus 15% ship maneuverability, and plus 25% top speed. You used to be able to get nebula navigation in it, but we'll see if that happens at some point if you capture it. In a nebula, like the one surrounding Sensor Array Beta, you are slowed down. You no longer get the boost for having 0 engine flux, and you're definitely slow. Okay, he's over there. Okay, he's figured it out as well. Okay, so we can go here and deal with this guy. There he is. He's got some missiles, so I'm going to put my flare launchers to hopefully help with the missiles. Or not. Nope. He took out one of my engines. Unfortunately. I'm spinning it because that engine's currently out. The Salamander missile he just fired, the job of the Salamander missile is to loop around you and hit you in the engines. That raider is fast, though. That's the issue. That raider is a fast ship. Okay, so the nebulas have changed their... See, quick pause. I didn't explain flux last time. He's got a shield up here. And as we fire, and as he fires, we build up flux. And as I attack his shields also generate flux. So you can see his flux here. If his flux bar fills up, he will become overloaded, which means he'll be basically, his weapons and his shields will be disabled for a time being. He can still move around, but not very quickly, and his weapons and shields will be disabled, so you can quite easily hammer on him. If you see this little thicker line of the flux, that's the separation between hard flux and soft flux. Hard flux is generated when I hit his shields. When I hit his shields, hard flux builds up, and soft flux is generated when you fire your weapons. Hard flux does not go away if you have your shields up. Soft flux does, so you can put your shield up and then fire your weapons, and any flux they generate will slowly go away. But hard flux only goes away when you have your shields down. So when someone has a shield up, they can't keep it up indefinitely because you can slowly build up flux on their shields, and if they don't get out of the way or put the shields down, they will go overloaded. Anyway, so currently we have a Salamander missile heading this way. I'm going to try and time my flare so it actually works properly this time. Flares? There you go. I'm not sure if that was the flare. See, the problem is that he's speedy. He is quite fast. He is faster than I am. Okay, he's retreating. See, it says like, enemy fleet is defeated. It's because the enemy is retreating. I can't catch up to him. He is far too fast for me. Which means he fully retreats out of combat. And we win. I like this allied system. Yes, it's allied there. Nice. So, independence gone up because I helped them out. Athletic path went down because we attacked them. Your fleet does not participate in salvage operations due to its limited contributions throughout the encounter. Good. So we helped some mercantile convoys against Athletic path raiders. It's running from us at the moment, standing down. Okay, now I'm turning off my... I turned off my transponder so I can see this. There's the range of detection for that mercantile convoy. Okay, I understand now. I understand. Anyway, I was saying about jump points before I got interrupted by combat. Bounty hunters, an unidentified fleet. Interesting. We shall see about that in time. Anyway, some planets will have a jump point. Those jump points are normal. You can jump in at them, you can jump out at them. Stars, you can only jump in. And gas giants. The gravity well of a gas giant is often deep enough to provide a one-way exit from hyperspace. You can jump into a gas giant, you cannot jump out from a gas giant. It's a good thing to keep in mind that from Corvus, I can jump into Corvus from the Fringe, from Jangala, from the gravity well of Barad, and if I have a big enough fleet, in the actual star itself. However, I will only be able to leave Corvus via the Jangala jump point and the Corvus Fringe. So let's find out what it is over here. What do we have over here? Bounty hunter and an unidentified fleet. And then there's also a pirate attack fleet engaged in battle. Those bounty hunters are in trouble. In which case I will be leaving. Pirate raiders, patrols, running from attack fleets, pursuing pirate raiders. Some interesting fights happening here. Wow, there's interesting ongoing combats here that was really... That's awesome. I want to get to like a big fleet where I can join into these things. Anyway, what's over there? It's an unidentified sensor contact. If it's a fleet, it's running with its transponder turned off. That's probably a merchant. Yep, it's doing an emergency burn as well to get away from me. Right, so we were looking at doing some smuggling. So Valhalla is selling supplies for 50, and so Reisvig is selling for 50, and Glasnir is buying for 180. So that's a way to do it. Interesting. Let's see about the prices of ores. Turn on my transponders. I'm going to jump into Jangala. Oh, okay. Also, one thing I wanted to see in here, because I heard about this from my comments, but apparently Nemo's belt. Awesome. Now, it shares my name. I'm not going to say it's named after me until someone actually tells me, without a doubt, pretty much Alex tells me that it's named after me. But it's nice to see that I have a belt that shares my name. Nemo is not just me. There are several figures called Nemo, not just me. So I'm not going to be big-headed and say that it's me. It is still very nice to see something I share my name with. Anyway. Oh yeah, so you can go into comms directory, which I didn't before. My apologies. So every planet now, I think, has a comms directory, which you can open up. And there are missions. There are people in here. The base commander, the station commander, the quartermaster. Supposedly, you can find mercenary captains to pick up in these places. What missions have we got here? Yeah, several procurement contracts. They want us to find 10 units of recreational drugs and deliver it to Ragnar Complex within 30 days. 10 units of harvested organs. Within Zora in the Astalan system. For 15 days. Okay, let's see. Valhalla was kind of where we wanted to go for that supply run. So let's see if you can find 10 recreational drugs to deliver to Valhalla. We'll take that mission. We have the mission accepted to carry... Whoops, the wrong one. My bad. That's the one I wanted. Okay. Can I access my missions anywhere? Intel... Missions... Can I dump missions in some way? Okay, so acquire 10 units of recreational drugs and deliver to Ragnar Complex. I've got 30 days as of February the 11th. So let us go fly. The place to check for recreational drugs is, of course, the pirate system. So I'm going to turn off my transponder here. Because the pirates do not want me to have transponders. Pirate base. Boom. If my transponder was on, I would not be able to dock with these guys. I'll prove this to you now. If I leave transponder on and try to dock again, I can't. Because my transponder... Here you go. Your ship approaches the hidden pirate base. The pirates are hostile towards you, and the port authority refuses your request of docking clearance after you identify yourself. The refusal is rather perfunctory, and you get the impression that turning off the transponder to prevent identification might yield better results. So go, transponder off. Hidden pirate base. We can now trade. We can sell the metals we had before. There's a salt chain gun we had before, we can sell that as well. Can we buy the recreational drugs? We need 10 recreational drugs. Boom. We've bought 10 recreational drugs. On the tariffs? No, it's back from the black market. I mean, come on. We're smugglers after all. So, if you buy from the open market, there's a tariff, you have to pay taxes. But if you buy from the black market, you don't. There are only 2 recreational drugs here, but 2 recreational drugs tax-free is better than nothing, so we can get there. That's 10. We paid about... So we bought... Okay, so the black market had them at 184 per, and the open market had them at 250 after tariff. So we bought essentially 10 for about 2,400 or so, which is about right. We had about 4,400 before, so that's not too bad. We can sell the metal at the black market as well for 600. We've got fuel, we've got supplies. Our last combat gave us experience for our crew, so our crew leveled up from regular crew to veteran crew. And you can see the veteran crew gives us a better combat readiness, which means that if I go here, my crew here is now a veteran crew, which gives us a higher combat readiness. Crew experience is plus 66, rather than plus 60 as it was when we started, if you remember. Right, we've got what we want. Now we need to leave via the Jangala jump point. Nice and slow, nice and quiet. No one can see us. Keep an eye out. I think also the addition of the sensor system means that speeding up by holding shift, which speeds up time, isn't necessarily very useful. Okay, we got some combats here. Unidentified fleet. Bounty hunter, unidentified fleet. I'm assuming that's a hegemony fleet, to be honest. That feels like a hegemony fleet to me. Nope, that was a pirate fleet. That was a pirate fleet. That was a big pirate fleet. Anyway, so we're going to Ragnar, aren't we? Our mission goes to Ragnar Complex. So Ragnar Complex is over in Ragnar. So we're going to go flying up there. Okay, now we're in hyperspace at the moment, where one fuel is one light, normal as normal. If we go into the deep hyperspace, which is what this stuff is, it slows us down. Actually, it doesn't slow us down, but our sensor range is reduced. And we are now quite slow. Okay, what do you have here? We have a mercantile convoy. Going to Ragnar. There's a fleet up there, isn't there? I saw there's a fleet up there. Okay. Let's try to avoid him. Now, Ragnar Complex. Valhalla Fringe. Ragnar Jump. I'm assuming that the Ragnar Complex will be near Ragnar rather than Valhalla, because Valhalla Ragnar is a binary system. This is like one system, so they have a gravity well at Niflheim, a gravity well at Yggdrasil, Valhalla Valkyrie Jump, and Valhalla Ragnar Jump. I'm going to assume that the Ragnar Complex is near Ragnar. We're going to jump in. Ragnar Relay, Ragnar Complex, right there. Good. You were right. Nothing is on camera at the moment, so you have Ragnar Complex, Ragnar Relay, these are hegemony stations. Nidhogg and Yggdrasil are not colonized. Ratatoskr and Reisvelg are hegemony. Glasnir is independent. And Mimir, Siphon Platform, and Skathi are Tritachyon systems. Now Tritachyon, if you look here, is an enemy of the hegemony. So fighting them in this system will give us hegemony points, and fighting... Okay, hegemony patrol. Hold still, keep heady, keep heady. They can't see us yet. I want to keep quiet at the moment because I've got illegal goods. Recreational drugs are illegal. If you go to hegemony here, factions, hegemony, recreational drugs are illegal commodities. So I want to try to dock without a transponder as much as possible. Come on. I wonder which of those lines is actually the one. But I think almost there. Boom. Got it. Right, we are here now. Your ship approaches Ragnar Complex. Nicknamed the Tomb, broken arcs of hangars and gantries clutch row upon row of mothballed hulks awaiting inspection. Most are dark, lit only by inspection crews and the welding torches of armorers removing material. Hidden near the center of the Shadow Armada lies a stack of hab rings populated by civilian contractors, navy crew, marines, and hegemony administration. Your ship goes into orbit around Ragnar Complex, ignoring requests from the hegemony port authority to identify yourself. No hegemony patrols seem to be aware of your just let, and you have a window of opportunity for doing business with parties untroubled by your lack of docking clearance. So we can open the com directory. Now, Cora Stevenson is me to talk to you. After a short wait, your connection request is accepted. Greetings, I have been waiting for this recreational drugs shipment. Have it. We've increased our relationship with the pirates, we've improved our relationship with her, and we've gained 8,000 credits, which, given we had 2,000 credit before, is quite the investment. If you go to the comms directory now, missions, all procurement contracts I can see. What can I do? Heavy machinery, harvested organs. Procure 10 units of harvested organs and deliver to Tigris City within 30 days for an 18,750 credit payment. Which is interesting. Trading might be a lot more profitable as well, which is nice. Actually doing proper trading missions. Let's see what else we got though, however. If we wanted to buy and sell ships, we can only buy and sell from the black market. Why? Because we don't have docking authorization for the open market. So what's in the black market, ships-wise? We could buy a shuttle for 4,000, if we so wanted. We could buy a second Hound. What's a Hound A-class? What is a Hound A-class? Militarized Hegemony Auxiliary. So it's an auxiliary class. How much better is it than ours? Ours is a standard Hound class, with hull integrity 2000, armor rating 400, top speed of 192. This one has a higher top speed, higher armor rating. That would not be a bad one to have, but we cannot afford it at the moment. What can we buy at the Ragnar Complex? What is cheapy to buy at the Ragnar Complex? It tells you also the prices of where you've been, so if you think about it, if it's worth getting. For example, food at the moment is buying for 33, but there's nowhere we can sell it at any usefulness. So let's see if we can find another mission to do. Let's find open the comms directory. What kind of missions do you have our hands on? 10 units of heavy machinery at High Brazil, which is up there, which is closer than here. So that might be something to try out, is getting to High Brazil. Okay, let's do that, shall we? That's a 6,000 payment. Let's try to get... Base payment is 669 per unit. So you want to avoid paying more than that per unit if at all possible. How much money can we make by buying here? 124 per unit. Good. 8 to go. If I turn on my transponder and dock again, how much can I get legally? Another 5 there. At how much after 167 after tariff. Which is still way better than the 667 I need to beat. Okay, we're there. We can leave here. So I'm going to leave via this area. I'm going to leave via this jump gate, while also going dark again. I'll cover relays at another episode, I think, but we're leaving here, and then we can go here. Oh, sonar burst, sensor burst, mercantile convoy. Why are you sensor bursting? I wonder. Yep, there we go. That guy just about saw us. But we're going to go into Valkyrie jump, because it's faster to jump and then go out if you have fuel to spare. We'll go to Glasnir and see if you can buy the remaining required heavy machinery there. Then liner convoy, mercantile convoy. Okay, nothing major, nothing big. They can see us. Trading. Oh, actually, it's an open market, so we can even do it here. Black market. 3. Brilliant, it's exactly what I want. So we now have 10 heavy machinery, which we paid not much at all for, to be honest. We paid... Let's see, we bought 2 at 125, that's 250. Then we bought them a bit more. Yeah, so that was fine. Now we can go and sell. Where are we going to sell this? We are going to sell this at 3 weeks ago, 20 days to complete the delivery. Yeah, it's expired already. 10 days to complete the delivery in High Brazil. Okay. At the Seth Len in High Brazil. Okay, so let's do that now. That guy can see us. Let us leave. Okay. We're into High Brazil now. High Brazil is over there. So let's head up to High Brazil and find Seth Len. Oh dear. Okay, let's see, hang on. Relationship with independence reduced by 1. Relationship with Charon Holder reduced by 1. Does it say why? Oh, because we failed the mission. Okay, good, fair enough. Missions left. Okay, we're out. Let's do number High Brazil, inner system jump. Okay. Balar, gravity well. Let's try to get in. I'm not sure where Seth Len is, so we gotta find out. I've never been to the system before. Seth Len is all the way over there, so we're gonna jump out again. Because we can go here and leave the Balar gravity well. We can jump into the No, we just missed it. We just missed it. That's slightly annoying. Okay, we're in a gravity well of the gas giant, which means we're very slow at the moment. That is slightly annoying. Right, Seth Len, let's say hi. Yeah, your ship approaches Seth Len. Your ship goes into orbit around Seth Len. The local port authority seems to have no issue with your explanation for why your transponder regrettably can't be turned on. Certain places just don't mind. Hegemony does mind. Com directory. Any missions for heavy machinery? 10 days, okay. We have to keep an eye out for days as well. It's good to know. We need to keep an eye out for days. We don't know what days we got. We can't work around here. 50 units of heavy machinery to don within 25 days. Okay, fair enough. How much heavy machinery can I get? Not much. I could sell it. This does sell for 315 per unit, which is still way more than I bought it for. So we still made a profit out of this. They've got a lot of food, a lot of organics here. So let's see. Can you find any mission that makes use of food or organics? No, of course not. 60 days, 50 units of hand weapons to Mimir, Siphon, and Valhalla. Okay. What about any weapons? No. Any ships? What do we have here, ships-wise? Open market. We can get a civilian transport, a mud skipper, which I think is just used for transport at this point. We can't really get another combat ship. Hound D. D stands for damaged or defective. You want to avoid the D-class ships if at all possible. Sadly, we can't find anything useful here. Okay, hang on. Domestic goods. Okay, you got some domestic goods here. We have 12 domestic goods. Are there any missions that require domestic goods for us? 100 units of domestic goods. 10 units of domestic goods within 20 days for a 1,500 payment. It's not a lot, but it's something. So 15 units, 10 units, and we can buy a unit there for 90, and 9 units for 100,000. So the profit margin isn't going to be big, but there is going to be one. Where is Don? Where are we dumping this off? Hang on. E. Domestic goods. Acquire 10 units of domestic goods and deliver to Don. Where's Don? Cullen storage. What you Stellar Mirror, Stellar Mirror, Stellar Mirror, Ogma. Where is Dawn? Oh, all the way over there is Dawn. Okay. Fair enough, we're getting to Dawn. I'm gonna leave this area here and see if we can find out where Dawn is. Keep an eye out for Dawn. We've hit the nebula, unfortunately. I think the best way might be to go around it, possibly, but we'll see. Currently I'm gonna hit my emergency burn to try to get us through this as quickly as possible. Good, so we burnt through it, and Dawn is just up there. A barren world. Boom. Com directory. Joyce Mitchell. Deliver domestic goods. More cash. And not a lot of cash, but it's some cash. Missions wise, here, have we got any missions? 10 units of harvested organs are still a thing. And Crom Cruac. How much harvested organs do you guys have? None, unfortunately. Well, what I do require now, I think, is a few supplies. Six supplies, and give us 3 fuel. For 1,000, but it'll keep us going for about longer. It's slow going. It's slow going at the beginning. I think if I had a bigger ship, or if I could do open trading, it would be a lot easier. Is there any actual trading I can do at the moment? Let's have a look. Any legal trading I can do at the moment? The events, all prices map. High Brazil is selling metals at Kulan Starforge for the cheap. Who's buying metals? No one is buying metals. People are buying fuel for expensive, though. Harvested organs are on demand there. Harvested organs are being sold for relatively cheap at Arcadia, as luxury goods are being sold for cheap in Egos Exodus. However, I cannot make the trip to Arcadia and back within the 20 days. It's quite far away, especially nowadays that we have the large amounts of debris and terrain in the galaxy. Anyway, I hope this continuation has been a bit more useful. Again, we haven't expanded on as many new things because we covered quite a lot of it last time, but we covered Flux, we covered some basic missions. I'm learning more and more how to use transponders and going dark and emergency burning and sensor burning. Let's do a quick sensor burst. Let's do a quick active sensor burst. Okay, a sensor burst. We found a sensor burst. We have 2 unidentified fleets combating there. That looks like raiders. That looks like probably bounty hunters, I think, because that's those are raider ships. So Wolf, the small new one, and some fighters. Where I know the one on the right there is a phase frigate, Shade class, I think. And the one on the left looks like a transport, so it could be something else. Anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow. See you then. Bye.